There they go. Bum 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 bum. Amber. I thought this would be quick. How far back do I have to go? Okay, this is like hours ago. Maybe. It's not showing up. Showing up. And I know I selected it. Which is a little... Wow, look at that thing. A little disappointing, so I will have to... Now I have to do this on the fly, so it's going to take a minute, and I apologize for that. Very rare cam time. So, you can see... Yeah, you can see the side of my head. I'm kind of in a shadow, though. The lighting's not good in here. One light source, it's right there. Oh, sweet merciful. Here we go. No, that's not it. There was one. Alright, let me just do that. We'll go to here. And then here. And then here. Right? So we will do, where is it? Here. And then, yeah, so it can go back here, right? Step one, step back. Come on, get out of there. Go back to the top. Go to this. Do that. Then we go to edit images. Okay. Edit. Then we do copy or crop. And then we're already in freeform, so we go like this. Oh man, this is so stupid on the iPhone. We go back to Twitter. Toggle off of that. We go back down to the initial tweet. Here we go. And then we reply. And then we do 0.7 space, and we insert the image. And we see how this comes out. Because I will immediately delete this if it comes out wrong. Promoted tweets. You should always block them. And that was something else I wanted to get to too during our little talk time. That tape does look stupid, doesn't it? See, this holds on the microphone. It looks really dumb. Can I do something about that? I probably can. I haven't had the new rig set up since I, yeah, just get rid of that. Probably gonna be super loud. Yeah. Super loud and like... But I need... Oh, you just stepped on a piece of tape, honey. Oh, stick to her. Shows how long that tape was. Alright, so I need a tie tag or a piece of string. Something... ooh, or a rubber band. That would work too. I think I threw them out. I have the little ones from PetSmart that, like, they use on the bags for... Give me 1 second. That's gonna tangle about there. Take a second. going to take the offhanded guess that enough. Real quick, because it just came to a head, and it needs to be fixed anyway. Probably going to be super loud and super squishy. That kind of thing. So if I can get it to sit like right here, there's two natural ridges on this microphone. Let me take the dust cover off. That's probably where it got really loud. Get the fuzz off of there. Probably really loud. Let me get to my audio. So I'm still, yeah, there we go. Live screen mic. Live screen. Jacob. So, I need to do, these rubber bands are actually smaller than a, let's figure out how to get them around. Don't you take that microphone cover. Don't you take it. What do you do with the rubber band? I'm gonna put one down here, right? Gonna wrap it around too. One down here. One more loop should do it. Okay. I know that's probably coming across as super bop 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 bop. I apologize for that, but this is something that's been needing to happen for a few streams now. The situation with the microphone has gotten, I wouldn't say out of hand, but out of sorts. That'll actually hold as is. So if I just put another one just down here, it might work. Okay, just one just down here. Try that. Oh, that's too tight. So we'll do 1Zs, 2Zs, 3Zs, 4Zs, 5Zs, just like they would at PetSmart, and then you roll it a few times to adjust the tension, so your tightest bit of the rubber band loosens up a little. Although it looks like this is still crazy tight. Let me pull that a little. Let me roll it to ya. Alright, so if that needs replacement, sooner rather than later. Oh god, stinking cat. Not UV. Little one. Just up here. She went off. That's probably right down now that I'm looking at it. If I can get this to live right here, right? But at least it's not that weird looking tape now. The microphone cover, which is just taken away from the baby. Now, rubber bands do have lifespan. So even though this is probably a great, it looks a hell of a lot better too. Not that I'm that worried about it, just shouldn't look like garbage. Plus, as I said, the tape was going and it needed to be replaced anyway. I'm really far this way to the camera. Subject of today's pre-game discussion is once again cat Twitter. Occasionally I see, there's two things I want to cover, actually. The first being the prevalence, especially now with everything that's happened in recently, in the United States, that there are many people who are using GoFundMes and Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all of the things. Please send me money, my family's in trouble. So many of those end up being scams, and because they're, the way they're set up is they can't be tracked and there's no accountability. That's why a 401c, a 501c, an actual charity is set up the way it is, because there are checks and balances, and they are liable for the proper use of that money, which is why you should always donate to an actual charity. And then if someone's in trouble and they're begging for money on the internet, say, I will donate $20 to this organization, which is relevant to your need, and I urge you to seek them out. Because if I just hand some guy on the street 20 bucks, maybe he does need it. Maybe he doesn't. That's the tragedy of this whole situation, is there are probably easily 80-90% of people out there that are honestly seeking help in the only way they know how. And in case it doesn't need reminding, I feel, but Venmo, Cash App, Patreon, GoFundMe are not supposed to be the backbones of society. They're not supposed to be how people pay their medical bills. They're not supposed to be the way that people pay their bills so they get out of debt, or how they pay rent for next month because COVID. That's a sign that something's gone very, very wrong. Not that you shouldn't help them, not that you shouldn't seek to help them, not that you shouldn't be proactive about finding help or offering assistance if you can, but it's very important to be wise about what the alternatives are, in that there are people who do just want to take your money. There was a kidnapping recently that instantly blew up on Twitter, and it ended up being fake, and that person walked away with $60,000 reportedly. And there's no accountability, because I gave this to you for X reason. When you just give someone money, there's no accountability. As I've said, if you hand me a 20, I can tell you, oh, I needed to pay rent. But if you hand me a 20 and everybody else hands me a 20, and I've got a couple hundred, and I go, I don't know, buy a really nice flat screen. Yeah, maybe it offset the cost of my rent, and so I got the flat screen. But I'm quite sure that's not what you intended your money to go to. That's the difference between giving money to a random person and giving money to a known, established charity. The charity has to report its books every quarter. The charity has to show that X amount of dollars in, X amount of dollars out, X amount of dollars used. When you give money to a person, they don't have to do that. It's just registered as income. Same thing with people that stream. It's just registered as income. So when you donate to someone, you're not donating to them. You're giving to their income, period. However they get that money, whatever, like Patreon is going to take 1%, PayPal is going to take 1%. Any of those money movers is going to take 1%. And they're going to, at the end of the year, give that person a 1099 or better, and give them a receipt for the amount of money moved, which they then have to file on their taxes. Something that streamers and a couple of streamers that I even know, I don't think they realize is that, and is that you can use the word donation. It's not illegal to use the word donation, but when it actually comes to filing your taxes, those are not donations, those are incomes. The reason why that's important is because if you were ever to be quote-unquote caught doing it, that, well, one, there's no way to file it anyway. It's all income. Because you're not a 501c, it's not a nonprofit income, and that money will be taxed, period. Unless you just don't report it, but that's an even bigger issue. The problem with these individual fundraisers, the GoFundMes, the Venmos, the Cash Apps, is the PayPals, is that you don't have any proof that that person is in that situation and something is going wrong. I've seen 3 separate GoFundMes today on Twitter that don't look trustworthy. I don't retweet those. I don't promote those. I block them. We shouldn't be in this position in the first place where people honestly need money, so they have to turn to those routes. But when we establish that as the norm, then people who want to just take your money will use the exact same techniques They'll fake photos, they'll fake medical records, they'll fake images and put it online like, oh, look, my sick cat. And they'll take your money. They don't even have a cat. They're not even in Texas. But it doesn't take that much, especially given the emotional state that everywhere has been in the last 2 years, that people are more willing to want to help if they're in the position to. Caring people want to help. It's just a natural thing. And that's fine. There are organizations that you can donate money to. I don't have a list. You'll have to do the research yourself because that's more appropriate than me just giving you information about who to give money to. That gets back to the party of the first part. You can't trust me, just like you can't trust them. Do your research. Find organizations that need that help. Give that money to them, and then they can use those funds to assist people in need. Don't ever give money to people individually because you have no proof. And they are not obligated to provide any proof that that money is going to what they say it's going to, or that they're actually in any sort of trouble, or that they're actually in Texas. They might have a lot of photos, a really long, sweet story, or an unfortunate story. At a first glance, I can't verify that's true. It might be convincing, but that's all a snake oil salesman has to do, is convince you to give them your money. The person on the other side of that Venmo or Cash App or PayPal or whatever it is, like I said, we like to think that 95% of the time, they're getting money because they honestly need it. What about the other 5%? What about the people that are there just to make it worse on everybody? Because instead of using that money toward a legitimate cause, they're taking it and, I don't know, buying something really nice for themselves. Being underhanded and shady and just looking to steal your money. Steal from your good kindness. That's why I'm saying it's very important to donate to organizations that are known, respected charities. And then, even then, please do the background research to check whether or not that charity itself has a track record of actually helping people, or if they spend about 50% of their donations on marketing. It's very important that you take these steps so that you know that your money is going to the right person, to the right people, to actually make a change for the better, as opposed to giving your money to a stranger on the street who owes you nothing. It's a very important distinction. The other thing I wanted to touch on before we got to the game tonight, something else that popped up on cat Twitter. I love cats. I'm sorry. Something else that popped up on cat Twitter. 2 days in a row now, someone's put a photo of their cat in a dryer. It is that scary. That initial reaction you just had, that visceral reaction. And if you didn't have a reaction, well, I don't know what to tell you. When someone makes a post of their animal in a potentially dangerous situation, that should not happen. It should not be tolerated and should not be allowed. Like if someone were to take their animal and lovingly hold it, but then lean over a balcony rail and say, look at the great view my cat has, the first reaction would be, don't do that. That's dangerous. If I put my cat in the oven and said, oh, look, Frisky's trying to stay warm. It's a little chilly out tonight. That would upset people. My thing is that dryer is just as dangerous as an oven, because that's actually what they are. Yeah, maybe they got the thing that does this, and they got the air circulation. They still run on either electric or natural gas. They're designed to get up to a couple hundred degrees. Your cat should never feel comfortable in that dryer. It should never feel comfortable near the dryer. It should not feel comfortable crawling into the dryer while you're not looking. And the last thing you should do is go on Twitter and post a picture of your animal, and I report these tweets, mind you, because it's the right thing to do. Just like that famous incident many years ago with a famous pop star that dangled a child off of a railing. And everyone had an outrage over that. Very appropriate. He shouldn't have done that. Same thing. Don't post photos of your animal in a dangerous situation with a cute caption thinking you'll get likes. It's irresponsible, It makes me question your ethics as a pet parent. It makes me question your ability to take care of that animal. And frankly, it makes me want to punch you in the neck. Just like you wouldn't let your child run around unattended on an interstate highway, you should not let your cat do that. You should not let your dog do that. You should not let your, I don't know, parakeet do that. Because remember, these animals, they love you, they care, they come to you for security and protection, they trust you. They're about as intelligent as a 3-year-old at best. It is your job to protect them. It is not your job to put them in a dangerous situation, take a photo of it, and put it on Twitter. It's disgusting. To be that irresponsible. Kitty should not feel comfy in the dryer. Puppy should not feel comfy snuggling up in the fireplace because it's still warm from the fire you had last night. Neither of these animals should be unsupervised outdoors. Just like you never let a parakeet out because it's smart and it'll never come back. When you let your dog out, unless it's an actually secured backyard, but even then, what about predators? What about the fact it could pick up parasites? Heartworm, God forbid, for dogs. And for cats, I know there are people that let their cats out at night because, you know, who cares? It's a cat. They're wild animals. They're not. They're domesticated. They are. They're a domesticated animal that depends on your protection and support. Don't let your cats out. Just like you wouldn't let your 3-year-old child run around the streets at night unsupervised, your cat is as smart as a 3-year-old child. Don't do it. It's misinformed, it's misguided, it's dangerous to the animal. Just like I wouldn't want to put my child in danger, it's also my responsibility and the right thing to ethically do to keep the animal inside where it's safe. I don't want my cat mauled by a dog. I don't want my cat hit by a car. I don't want my cat attacked by another cat. I don't want my cat to get rabies from a raccoon. I don't want to let my cat out one night and they just never come home. I don't think there are enough people that understand that cats should not be outside. They are not outside animals. On a leash, like a dog, sure. If something goes wrong and they try to run, they get 3 feet, you can scoop them up and get yourself out of that situation. Just like with a child. Not that you should leash your child, mind you. Not that you should leash your child. But you keep an eye on your child. When you're in a store, you hold their hand or make them hold the cart. So that no one snatches them up. Why do you put so much care into looking after your own child and then let your fur baby just roam in the streets at night? It's stupid, it's irresponsible, it leads to feral colonies. Don't do it. Got a little off track. Don't take photos of your cat doing dangerous things, post it online, and think it's funny. I will personally report you, and I hope every other responsible pet parent reports you. I think that's it. Let me check and see if that tweet got through okay. Ooh. One last thing I gotta check. I got another notification. Okay, just a couple of posts. See, I follow cat Twitter pretty well. I have little to do with my day since I've been hiding in my house for about a year, as anyone with a brain would do. And anyone with the capabilities should. Now, I'm not trying to bash anyone that has to leave the house to pay the rent. But that's a whole nother discussion. If you have to leave to feed your family, of course, that's absolutely fine. I am in a position to where I could be out gallivanting, or I'm choosing to stay in to keep everyone safe. I'm choosing to stay in to keep everyone safe. My problem is, especially, it should be obvious from my accent what my home country is. that we don't particularly see that as a nation. We're not taking that level of responsibility, and there are too many people who are dependent on that single dollar to make it past. So there's the lowest rung of America's wondrous and glorious society that has no choice. And they're not guilty. They don't have a choice. And then there's the elite class that is, you know, flies to Cancun in the middle of a disaster, even though they're a, what is it, a Senate Republican, I believe? Congressional Republican. And then he blamed it on his kids. The irresponsibility in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a statewide disaster, in the middle of what should be a warning sign to everyone in the United States, because our infrastructure was only designed to last 50 years and we're pushing 70 on it, that there are ways to demonstrate responsibility. There are ways to demonstrate proper ethics and understanding, empathy of the situation and others around you. And then there's the ruling class and the people who blindly support them, who genuinely feel that the rules never apply to them. And for the ruling class itself, the rules never actually do. That's a problem. But as I said, I've been inside for a year. The cats have been inside for their entire lives. That's it. Yeah. That's about it. So what we have to do in the game tonight, we can actually get back to what we're supposed to be doing, is we are going to finish. We just, as you can see, we're paused right now. We just got the Baron's Horn, and that allows us to call the cart after we go through the castle. But the truth is, we're going to go through the castle once to loot it, because we're probably not going to have the HP and MP to loot the castle, and then the inventory space to then immediately leave the castle and go punch the boss in the face. So we're going to loot the castle, return to, I don't know, Endor or one of the other towns, get rid of our stuff, probably go to the Mini Metal Palace and see if we can't see if we have enough for the tiny metal helm, or the tiny metal helmet, and whatever it's called. And then we'll go back and try to punch the boss in the face. And that, I imagine, is going to be a long fight. Unless there's a slim chance that that sort of lethargy trick that everyone else can get to work and I can't. Unless there's a chance we can get the sort of lethargy trick to work, and then the fight should be relatively easy. Then we're going to see if there's any post-game content, if time allows. It's already 3. If time allows, we're going to see if we can get, if there's any post-game content or anything like that. And then we'll probably just end stream, and we'll worry about what's next. Now, this is Dragon Warrior 4 we're working with right now. So next is going to be Dragon Warrior 5 for the Super Famicom, I believe, is on the list next. And then we're going to do 6. Same. And then we're actually going to do Dragon Warrior Monsters. I never finished the game as a child, but we're going to play it. We're going to play it to the end, I hope. Unless I'm just terrible at it and I hit a wall and I can't progress. I would hate to do, like, a 47-day stream of, a 47-day stream of a game where I'm just smashing my head against the wall. I don't think that'd be that entertaining. Short of people being in chat and us having a wonderful conversation, then we could do it all day. I don't really care. Yeah, we'll get to that now. So I'm going to unpause the game. We're going to listen to some music. I'm going to vape a little bit, I'll be honest with you. I've been ranting for almost a half an hour now, which is my usual, as it turns out. And then we're going to get to the game. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Does that have 2 or 3? Does that have an extra audio channel? Let me look at that again. Sorry, I'm going to bring the camera back up again. Yeah, that does add an extra audio channel. Hi, Boog. The audio channel is associated with the camera in some way, but it's not... I should have checked this first, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it's not showing anything. I'll turn it down anyway. Let's turn it all the way down. Infinite decibels. Okay. Alright, that may have taken a little longer than I had originally intended. Let me adjust this, see if that actually does anything good. Yeah, it probably doesn't change the audio quality on your side at all, but figured I'd check. Looks like I could even bring the game down a little bit. No. No, you hear the game too. You hear the game. Sorry about my rants a few minutes ago. It just really bothers me that, like, all these random things are popping up for Texas, and that's really good intentions, but I'm quite sure a lot of them are fraudulent. And then as far as, the cat thing, that's just one of the things that drives me up a wall. Like, if someone dangled their dog off of a roof by its leg and said, look at this, look at the view Fido gets, that person would be in prison. Don't post photos of your cats in dryers. It's not funny. Where's the controller? Okay. That's actually a little loud for me, too. There we go. It's almost monotonous, the tone. I can actually see it on my side. The tone is almost... it's almost a constant ooh, and after a while it gets annoying. So, let's get the hell out of here. As you saw, we just got the Baron's Horn, which is what we needed. We'll fall into the elevator. We'll take the elevator to the top. Should take us out of here, I think. And I'm desperately hoping there isn't an elevator maze in the final castle, but I think there is. So we have the dumb item we need. Let's check our inventories first, actually. So I have the dumb horn, but I only need the dumb horn afterward, but I need to have it in my party to use it afterward. But that's assuming we're gonna switch parties, and I'm hoping my levels are strong enough to where we won't have to. Yeah, let's toss it in the bag, who cares? When I say bag, I mean one of the other people in the group. And then I need to double check my items because there was something that was reflecting spells back off of Sophia. Zenithian Shield, unless that reflects something? The Metal Barrel Armor has no added effect. Zenithian Helm? No, I don't think it has anything like that. That seems odd to me. That the game would have bells, unless someone cast Bounce on me and I didn't notice in those other two fights, because that was weird. Because it wasn't a heal all. I think someone tried to cast Upper on me, and it didn't work. It bounced back, but then the boss we were fighting, his spells also bounced back, so I'm not sure. Someone must have cast Bounce on me, because I don't think any of these particular items I have... Oh, what's the right word? Good morning? Yeah, it is morning. Good morning, Luke. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I don't think any of these items have an innate bounce effect. The Mirror Shield would, but that's why I'm intentionally not using it, because the Mirror Shield would bounce a heal spell back as well. And that would be less than ideal if I need to be healed. We really just got started, even though I've been live for about 45 minutes. The first half hour was a PSA about fraudulent fundraisers and dangerous content on Twitter. The night's going great, though. The night is going great. We're actually basically just starting the gameplay, actual gameplay just now. Let's see. So, we'll need the Baron's Horn, or maybe we won't. I'm hoping we don't. There's a spare dress of radiance floating around, so who has... She has one. Mara has the water-flying clothes. Let's check the table real quick. If I still have the table... I no longer have the table. Okay. Let's just see if you should equip it. It's really going to be the easiest way. So right now it's 206. 210. So it's slightly better. We'll switch. Slightly better. And then we'll take the pink leotard. Water-flying clothes, rather. I knew she had one of them. And we'll just pass them off to somebody else who's got room. Christo. But how are you, Luke Pistachio? How has your day been? Why pistachio, by the way? Is it like your favorite type of ice cream? Or perhaps you have a penchant for the pistachios? They are delicious, they're just incredibly expensive for me, at least. In my region, they're very expensive. Let's see, yes, and we just left there, so we need to go back to the... Yes, and then we can cast Return. And we go straight back to Last Refuge. And we'll get a full heal, and then we can see how far we can make it in this last castle. Ah, you're in PST. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, I'm Eastern. I just stream incredibly late. It's just become a pattern. So I even changed it in my, what is it? It's not the About Me. It's the field under my name or whatever it is. I changed it to, like, I don't know, I kind of stream at night, I'm sorry. Oh, it's a play on words. Oh, those are so fun. What did I do? Lost my controller? Did I tab out? Oh yeah, I brought up the map. Silly goose. Alright. So now we're inside, right? And we have access to all of our items. Okay. At the moment, we still have access to all of our stuff. Maybe once we walk in, it stops us. Yeah, plays on words are always fun. I don't have a good story as far as a play on words for mine. Oh, actually no, my Twitter handle. It's 3 different versions of a play on words. When I would type in my actual name into my old Nokia flip phone, although I am showing how old I am that I had a Nokia flip phone many years ago, back when you had T9 with text prediction, I would put in my name, but it would come up as Lendivi. And because my preferred online persona is female, typically, my Twitter handle is, well, it's at Lendivi, but it's eLendivinata, which is Eva Nata, which is, we know our main character is named Eva. I would tend to RP as a female character, and I know a lot of people think that's weird, but like, if you're gonna go into a game and play a thief, but you've never broken a law in your life, that's the whole point of fantasy gaming. You're doing something outside of your own character, outside of your own experience. So, gender play, changing your gender for a particular game, including Dragon Quest games, but like Fallout New Vegas, the content's very different, I understand, between a male character and a female character, and you want to get both experiences, so you play both, you know? So, I haven't played Fallout New Vegas, someday I hope to, because it looks like a beautiful game. But that aside, that's how my Twitter handle became what it was. But, like with Dragon Quest, there are subtle differences between the two. Ooh, there's a skeleton. That's not on my map. There are no corpses on my map. Well, it's not my map, it's a map I found on GameFAQs, but... Okay. Oh, these boogers. Now, will they fight us or will they throw us out? Can I just... Oh, they are enemies. Play doll. And he's dead. Okay. We're gonna need to cast Step Guard to get out of here, which is fine. Can I just keep going north? Will they just miss me entirely? That worked. Imposters. Just run. We can scooch away from the imposters. I don't think anyone will ban me from Twitch for running away from imposters. Riven Lords. We haven't seen these before. Yeah, Riven Lord. Maybe it's Wyvern Lord. We'll fight him. A little bit of lightning. Jazz up their day a little. Mara got out there with the exploit first. Good for her. Ooh, these boys got a lot of HP. Oh, there's a kitty. Hi, Boog. How you doing? Oh, is that in your way? I'm sorry. Come here. Boog, Boog. Come here. I had my towel on your bed. I'm sorry. Come here. Here, honey. Oh, you little sweetie. Come here. We'll get you a banky. Here you go. Come on. Come on, come on. Here you go, Boog. There you go. Happy little Boog. You can take a little nap. There you go. Yeah. She hasn't done it since she was a kitten, but she's become, lately, very obsessed with having a blanket when she sleeps. It's absolutely adorable. Hi! Hello, honey. There you go. Good girl. Okay, sorry about that. Just my cable's a little... I shifted around to get the blanket for her. There we go. So now this map is a little confusing, but I remember there were some tricks to this castle. I want to say there's an elevator puzzle in the middle, which is a little inconvenient. But we'll do the best we can. She's licking my foot. You alright there, baby? You alright? Crazy goose. I was just hitting A. I didn't realize we were facing this group. I should have done something different, probably. Let's do a lightning. Hopefully we can clear them out. That enemy in particular, the one that stayed around an extra 2 rounds, he's basically a boss, but he's an enemy encounter. And so the Sword of Lethargy sometimes works on him. I still don't fully understand the mechanics. I don't fully understand the mechanics of how the Sword of Lethargy chooses to and not to work. But it's worked enough times that I think I'm gonna stick with it. For the, come on, honey, there you go. For the longer fights. Especially the last boss fight. My hope is that if I keep bopping him, because I've seen speedruns where they keep him asleep the entire fight. and then just wipe him out in like 3 turns, because he's asleep and he never counterattacks, so you don't have to heal. But I haven't done a lot of study, if I'm being honest, so I don't know 1000%. I think they have Ragnar in the party, because he's the other one that can use it, and that changes things as well. Okay. So we have a flame fellow we can talk to, we have a staircase down, and a staircase up. Ah, look at Elena! Oh my goodness, it's all over! That's the whole group. I am going to take... Okay, I said I wouldn't, but I am going to take a print screen of this whole group. Look at them. Because it's the whole group at once. That actually hasn't... That hasn't happened even when I was playing on the DS version, so I have to put that in paint. I'm sorry, 1 second. Did I not print screen? I thought I print screened. There we go. Ah, look at him. Alright, I'll work on that later. So I minimized it, but you can still see it. So let me shut that off. There we go. They're so cute. Look at them. Oh, they're stonking cute. Okay, we gotta murder them now. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's the wrong spell. There we go. They're adorable. And they gave me a level, so it's not half bad. Oh, geez. Now I'm knocking stuff over on the table. So I'm gonna talk to this flame. If I recall, he's just rude. Oh no, he's just warning us. Okay. So there's definitely an elevator somewhere around here, though. Yeah. There's definitely an elevator somewhere, maybe back in that darkness. There's an elevator. My brain's telling me there's an elevator somewhere around here. And now, down here... And it didn't work before, it was very annoying, but let's try it again. Okay, now it works. In the overworld it doesn't work for some reason. Duke Malisto! I like it. Doesn't work, doesn't work. Doesn't work, doesn't work. 197. 116. And not enough, because he hasn't taken any damage yet. There, see? It bounced. Was it one of Elena's things that caused it to bounce? I mean, either way, Nara's in a terrible state. I thought it was reflecting off of me, but apparently it's reflecting off of, Nara, which is, you know, my silly mistake. Let's see. Nara. There we go. 214, 190, 402. I'm a little lower than the rest, but I can live with it. All metal. Okay. Somewhere. Good. Let's try to squidge a run. There we go. If I do like maybe every other fight, you know? Like every other fight. That should be okay. Okay, so the only way out was to climb up that staircase, and that brings us to staircase 6. I remember, because I was looking at it for a couple hours last night, there was something that confused the hell out of me out of this map. Ooh. I was just in an intense battle of time 2 Total War Online, so I couldn't respond, but thanks for streaming, and again goes to lurk. Well, of course, thank you for lurking, I appreciate you being around. Time 2 Total War? I'm actually not familiar with that game, but I'm happy you had a good time with it. Alright, where was I? So it's something of Elena's equipment, of all things. Oh, Battle of Rome 2. Okay, cool. I'll have to look into that. Is that a mobile game? Oh, RTSs are fun. I enjoy watching them, but I imagine I would be rubbish at them. But RTSs are absolutely magnificent to watch, like watching a good streamer play an RTS. Oh, geez, they're fun. I've been watching one streamer play a game of XCOM for like the last 40 days, and it's so immersive and so good. Okay, then through here, yeah. Now we're outside, yeah. Right, and then... Okay. And now we're back inside. Oh, an elevator. It begins. There's a staircase or an elevator. Yeah, that's actually something a friend of mine recommended to me. He's like, listen, if you're going to be streaming all the Dragon Quest games, you should do the Final Fantasy games afterward. It's, you know, an interesting... It'll be fun for you. I'm like, alright, yeah, I could take a look, yeah. Because, I mean, everyone played Final Fantasy VII. When I was growing up, like, when Final Fantasy VII hit, everybody bought a PlayStation, and everybody played Final Fantasy VII. So I did play that one. To like 6,000 hours. Let's see. But that was a wonderful experience, and they are different, just like Dragon Quest. They are different from game to game, so it's interesting. I would be interested to see what the differences are between the versions. Now, let's see. We just walked in through door 10, and where the heck is a door 10 on this map? Oh, weird. This doesn't match up at all. Let me show you what I'm looking at, because this is wonky. If it pops up. It did not pop up. Okay. This area right here, we just walked in this door, but look at this corridor, right? This doesn't feel like this room. So we just walked in 10, and maybe that's just a lengthy exaggeration of the room? Unless I'm reading this wrong? Oh, I may be, yeah. We just went 7 to 8, not... okay. Oh yeah, I'm stupid, forgive me. I'm bad at games. I was in the wrong place entirely. But there is an elevator here, which is scary, as I knock things over on the table. Oh, come on. Give me back the thing. There we go. So, what do we do with the elevator? Let's try the elevator. Let's tempt fate and try the elevator. The Guardians worry me because it feels like sometimes their ballot swap characters get 2 turns. Okay, so this elevator goes down. And now... Oh, it's covering the hole. It's covering the hole so we can progress to door 15. Let's see. So we can still go up stairs 6. And we should be able to walk across the roof of this elevator to get to... In theory. Let's try it. So before we do the furthering of the building, let's see if we can, because there's treasure chests that are hidden throughout the building, of course. And we did a fight, so we'll run this time. Let's see. Now we're here, yeah. Go out this door. Then we go back across, we go back in 8. Right? And now instead of having the elevator, we can just walk across the ceiling of the elevator. We'll do lightning. 139s, and then doesn't work. 182, 186, 201 takes him out. 96 takes him out. 82 off Anara, very good. Okay, now... we just go up the stairs. Now we're in that weird room I was talking about before. Now, is this a progression? Or does this get me to a chest? Because odds are I'm slowly making myself lost. No, this brings us to a chest. We're fine. Okay. No interest. Runs away. It's gonna hit our whole party, so let's go ahead and do a step guard. And we'll fight these two, because they're clowns. That serves them right. And we did a fight, so we'll run this time. Through the door. And a staircase. And then outside. And a treasure chest. Yes. So at least this map has not had, the slight... Yes! Who's getting that? Oh, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna keep it. I have just enough room. Let me get rid of the small metal, though. Okay, now we go. Just go back the way we came, and then finish the route we originally had. So there is technically... I fought the last group. I didn't fight the last group. I gotta fight this group. So... there is technically an elevator maze, but it's not nearly as hard as I thought it was. Which is a relief. Here. Then down the long corridor to the staircase, and then back. Brings us to the room with the penalty square. And we just did the last one, so we can run from this one. Step guard. Now we go back down the staircase, and we walk clean across. Explode that for 147, Elena for 92. Oh, and he's dead. Alright, that worked. Back to the stairs, back to the other floor, and now straight across. Don't proceed any further. Well, we're going to. Sorry, sir. We made a bridge for ourselves, and this is something that threw me off in the map too, because it never actually explained what you have to do. It just shows a basic floor plan. Alright, the only thing we can do at this point, I think, is this staircase. Yes. Unless there's another elevator. Oh, there is. Look at that. That empty room was very suspicious. It makes sense that there's another elevator. I don't think... We're probably going to be looking at 2 of these in a minute. Six. And the other one ran. Wow. Fortuitous. Elena punches him for almost 300. That answers that. Okay, so now... we can't proceed, so we take the elevator. Hopefully, and we go down, right? So hopefully it's the same trick as we just used. And now we go right outside. Yes! And we go right outside and right up the staircase. And now we have a bridge. Yes! And straight across. Back to the stairs. 2 treasure chests. Did I miss that somehow? Let's see, where am I now? If I'm at 15 and 16, yeah, I think I missed them somewhere. Insane 10, 10, 11 to 14. 2 treasure chests are on the far side of 11. 11 leads to 10. Have I not encountered 10? Oh, I never walked outside. Silly goose. Alright, let's do that. So we go back down the stair, and we gotta backtrack a little. I was hoping to do this in one quick, smooth run, but it seems that, Fortune has had other decisions, in mind for this particular dungeon. Yeah, get him. Elena's my favorite. Elena's a close second. That's why they're over there. I go back through here. Right. No, this can't be right. I feel like I passed it somehow. We need to be back at staircase 9. We just crossed back to staircase 6. 6 leads to 7. 7 leads to 8. 8 leads to 9. 9 leads... Okay, so we just never went outside. That was my mistake. Six. It's a lot of extra steps. A lot more encounters, but that's okay. Tack on a few extra levels, then we go then we go punch Satan in the throat. We'll be fine. didn't actually sketch out the rooms like I normally do, so this is, of course, 100% my fault. Usually I'll put in a basic do this kind of thing. Yeah, right here, right through this door. That's what I goofed. Oops. My computer's processor is absolutely cooking right now. I wonder why. I don't have anything running. Just OBS and one instance of Paint. Oh, jeez. Okay. And through here, and double chests. Yes. Life Force Nuts. Now, Nara has the least HP, so we're gonna give them to her, assuming she has room. She does. Probably. How's my HP? Should I just be using the Sword of Miracles when I attack? Or have I've been using lightning more? Kind of the problem. I've gently been burning through my MP. Worry about the brightest fire first. Oops. Item to Nara to Life Force Nuts and use. Going for 6. 4. Going for 6. 6. There we go. Staff of Thunder. Now, let's check our oh, I don't have my table anymore. Now let's toss in the bag. The only thing you'd be better than is Mara's stiletto earrings in theory. I don't think she gets this item. But then again, I was completely wrong about the Sword of Miracles the other night. Someone had mentioned, oh, you should totally get the Sword of Miracles, and I'm like, I don't know, do I need the HP? I was completely wrong. The Sword of Miracles has like plus 100 damage, and I'm just really stupid. So let me actually check that table real quick. Let us check. It is the... my brain just emptied. Lately. Staff of... Staff of Thunder, plus 29 for B or M, but it probably has an effect. So Mara could carry it, but it's only plus 29, and right now she's carrying a stiletto, well, her stiletto earrings for her attack, but it doesn't really matter, because her attack is, not so great. Let's check, because it's plus 29? Yeah, plus 29. So let's see what her actual offensive power is right now. Because that's going to depend on what we do. That's not what I wanted. Mara. 39. 29 is almost 2, but Falcon Knife Earrings versus her just being able to cast. Because it probably casts... I mean, it's the Staff of Thunder. So it probably casts lightning. So... But then again, Necrosaro is a single target. Even though he has 5 areas that take damage, he's a single target. So if I'm casting for 200 to hit him, she's probably going to cast a better, like a Blaze Most or something like that, and hit for a clean 2, rather than do, well, it depends. Does it cast Lightning? Because if it casts Lightning, she'll use that instead and hit for a clean 2, if she runs out of MP. Oh, my CPU fan just took off. What is going on here? There must be an update going on in the background. My KBPS, or KBS looks fine. Yeah, there must be an update in the background. Windows, Apple, who knows? Okay, so I think we'll just go for it. We'll just take this, and you know what? We'll give it to her. Just to see what she does with it. She is her own woman, and can make her own decisions. So she has Staff Thunder, and she has Middle Level Sword and Stiletto Earrings, but she's doing much better with a Metal Babble Sword, if I'm being perfectly honest. Punch Munchkin is doing fine with a double attack. And then I have the Sword of Miracles and the Sage Stone. Probably going to end up using the Sage Stone more than anything else. I probably should start using it now. It's going to automatically heal him. That's a good idea. Alright, so we got our 2 chests. Back to the left. And then back down the stairs without touching the tiles. Okay. And all the way back around, because I'm a silly goose, and I decided to give us 20 extra minutes in this dungeon than we needed to do. So she does the Explodat. Sage Stone. Heals, 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 heals. Okay. 2 attacks. 35. I think I know what it is. I think I know what's taxing the rig. I'll have to work around that. I'll have to work on it later. So we'll do the same thing, because I do need more. Now I might just get rid of it. Okay, that should help. Had to make one background adjustment. Hopefully that takes care of it. Looks like the stream's okay. And the fan is gently starting to spool down. Very good. So it is what I thought it was. Okay. Now, we just go back across. Like we did not make the silly mistake I just made. Okay. These guys are gonna be ding-dongs. Let me cast on them first. I don't think we've dipped into Crisco's reserves yet. So we should be okay to just saunter through. Of course, that doesn't solve the MP problem. We only have so many magic points, too. Now, through to door 18. And then 18 leads us outside. So we are done with the castle. We would still need to run through it if we wanted to get through. Cool. Now this is the thing, the cart is behind us, as you can see, so we need to use what I just passed off. Okay. And we are stuck on the outside. Okay. Well, in that case, we're just gonna go for it. probably gonna die. We're gonna roll the F9. We're gonna cast return. I am Necrosaurio. Roar. Let's see, what do we got? Do we got anything I can use? Oh boy. Well, we got a few spells. We have a decent magic bank. We have... My MP is pretty low. My HP is kinda low. Looks like everyone else is doing okay. Alright, let's try it. Who are you? I am Necrosaurio. I have just awoke as the ruler of evil. I can't remember anything. But I know what I need to do. I know what I must do. Gwa! I must exterminate you all. Here we go. Alright. There he is. Look at him. Now, they're on offensive. That should be okay. It hasn't turned us wrong yet. If I can do attacks and get him to go to sleep? Nothing. Okay. Is most. There's no effect. Sleep, no effect. Necrosaurio for 45. Necrosaurio for 48. Let's try it one more time. No effect. Elena for 68. Elena for 59. Evan for 75. And he's asleep! Yes! And he woke up. But that's fine. It burned his turn. Let's run with it. Let's keep burning his turns. See how we do. Losing his arm took a turn. Also good. Although she is desperately trying to put him to sleep, my goodness. She knows he's weak to it too. And our HPs are doing okay. Not great, but okay. Oh! Nara's dead. What a jerk. Do I have Vivify? I do. Let's try it. R doesn't revive. Blaze most. Elena attacks. Elena attacks. 82 and 82. No one is asleep. Nara's still dead. Firebane. 14. Alright, let's try to... Why did I not have a response? Oh, Eva's asleep. Wake up, Eva. Come on. There she goes. I have no head. I don't have revive. Nora has revive. Hey! She only has 98 though. She'll heal herself, I hope. I think I'm gonna go... We're gonna try one more. See if we can get him to go to sleep. Plays most, no effect. 99. Is asleep. Good. Is asleep. Good. So we can do a second round, and I'm gonna do the Sage Stone to try to bring some HPs up. Does that burn my turn too? It did, okay. But he's still asleep. In theory... He was awake, that bastard. Yeah. $18. You might be able to recover that fight. Item. Sage Stone. Up to 81, that's not going to be enough. If he aims at her, that's not going to be enough. That's fine. We can live through that. But I have to rely on the others to actually do damage. And she keeps casting Blaze Most like it's going to work. This guy's like a cricket. Well, I've already made it very far into this fight. I can afford to heal us all. Now Mara reflected. What the heck? There's something weird going on with my equipment setup or something that I am not realizing. Sorrow is asleep. Cast Bounce. So now they should be smart enough to not use magic. Which means Mara right now is equipped with the earrings. Which should work. She can't use the staff because that'll cast. Nara has a liquid metal sword, so she should be able to swing that. Elena's got her punchies, and I have my swingies. I swing for one, but I could put him to sleep, so I'll keep doing the same thing I'm doing. Oh god. I don't know why she did that. That might not be the best call. Gust of icy wind. And then... yeah, we didn't cast any spells on ourselves anyway. So I think I'm gonna fall back to the Sage Stone, because if Mara's now in a position where she's gonna constantly cast fire on him, or use fire breath on him, to outmaneuver his bounce spell, then I'm in a position to where I can consistently use the Sage Stone, I think. So let's see how that does. And he tries to negate our spells as well. Oh, so her Bedragon wore off. Oh, that's actually pretty clever. Okay. But if they keep doing that... oh, our HPs are kind of low. That 263 is huge. So he hits us for 50, I heal us for 50, he hits us for 50, I heal us for 50. I think I'm gonna do a heal us all to put us back to a good starting point. Oh, or she kills him. Well, how about that? War. Is this my end? I am burning. My body is melting away. Urgh. Guff. Ah, look at him go. Goofy dragon. I'm Master Dragon. I oversee the world from this castle. Eva, the hero, a Zenithian and human descendant. Thanks to you and your friends, the secret of evolution, along with Necrosaro, has been driven deep down into the abyss of the world. Or someone will find it later, I'm guessing. With the threat gone, peace will rule the world again. The 8 chosen ones, I thank each one of you. Ragnar, your performance was splendid, even though you weren't used at all. Elena, you're the Punch Munchkin, and the whole stream is dedicated to you. You've performed with bravery and courage. Bray and Christo, I commend your devotion to Elena and your contribution to the quest. Nara and Nara, I'm sure your father would be proud of you. Taloon, this is the line we were asking about earlier. Taloon, to continue to benefit the world and its people with your genius and trade. Okay, so here, and I know this was, just forgive me, a quick sticking point. They're specifically thanking him for his genius at trade, not him being an arms merchant. And this is what I mentioned specifically his entire arc is going to hinge on, is if at the end of the game they thank him for being an arms merchant, or if they thank him for being a good, let's see, continue to benefit the world and its people with your genius and trade. So his genius and trade, because that's ethical. But if the Great Dragon at the end of the game said, thank you for selling cruise missiles, that's, because his thing, his initial goal was to be an arms merchant, as opposed to being a genius at trade. And I think if that translation had come across a little clearer, he would be a little more toward good as opposed to gray. But I guess that's a redemption right there, because even the Great Dragon is like, hey, you're good at a thing, keep doing your thing. Without saying, guns. Let's see. So speaking of asking, what's with the name, what's with your 6.5? 65535 is the maximum amount of gold and experience you can get in Dragon Quest 1. If you do like a 100% file and then you max out all your numbers, the most gold and the most experience you can have is 65535. It's the register that is assigned to that value. It's a function of like 2 times 8 times 2 times 2 times 2, and you keep doubling it. It's one of those exponential RAM things or storage things with computers by an 8-base system, and it comes out with 65536. But because the initial signature is 0, you're starting at 0, not 1. It ends up at 65535. So I chose that as my name on YouTube like a billion years ago. And then AF was for autofocus because at the time I was a photographer. I did it as a hobby. Nothing fancy, but I enjoyed it at the time. So it was 65535 autofocus. I like that culture sort of evolved past and around me to where AF now has a different connotation. It's funny. And Eva, you've proven to be an extraordinary leader. You won't have to return to the Earth. Okay. I shall allow you to live with us in this Zenithian castle. Eh? What's wrong? You wish to return to the Earth with them? Very well, I will honor your wish. The friendship which has grown among you during this journey is so firm no one can ruin it. Eva, I assure you. Okay, now I just walk out, I guess? That is a good dragon sprite, though. Damn right. Alright. So, I think anything else in this castle is going to be canned dialogue, so I'm not terribly worried about it. I think we'll try to track down the character that I think might be our mother. She should be floating around somewhere. Oop. Okay. A lot of this is going to be canned dialogue. This is not the room I want, but we'll check them anyway. Oh, that's nice. I have a friend named Alita. Those are bad, don't you think so? Oh. little... At least they saw a better path than continuing to be slightly racist. Yeah, we can't go out that way. Well, I worry that it'll trigger a vent if we go out that way. And then this is the library? Yeah. Not worried about any dialogue in here. Oh, you know what though? It's a stream. Let me show. Show and tell, just in case. Okay. Upon reflection, I think Necrosaro was unfortunate too. That's true. He was a tragic character. Your words will be recorded here and will be handed down to future generations. I have a lot of words. Have you seen my streams? Usually the first half hour is me just ranting. Oh, what I hit? Let's see. Where is she? In here? In here somewhere. Oh, that's search. There we go. Not it. Huh. Well, thank you, sir. But it is good to have the approval of a mini-demon because they are adorable. Oh, geez, there's the cat. Alright, I have to BRB. I apologize. 1 second, and I'll be right back. BRB? Okay. Our young friend, the mini-demon, feels much better about us now, and that makes me happy. I am in the wrong window. I can't see him through the floor, but okay. Oh, is that supposed to be a window? Oh, cool. Must not have caught that earlier. See, the thing is the woodcutter and the angel were supposed, or the Zenithian angel, or the Zenithian, supposedly they were struck down in some way. But it turns out they're both still alive, and especially in the DS version, more so than this version, it makes it fairly clear that that's her. So, and the reason why the woodcutter is such a jerk is because for everyone's protection, he has to refuse to exist. And this is the stairs we just came out of. My mistake. Doorway, rather. Let's see. We had a doorway over here, I think, though. Or does this just lead us back outside? Yeah. Uh-oh. So then, can I get down that other staircase? Can I wiggle my way past, or is there gonna be, you know, plot armor in the way of me walking through this door? Yep. Everything turned out fine. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. I won't have to watch people suffer anymore. Well, that's good. Eva and others. I'll always be proud that I traveled with you. Doran, go. You defeated the second ruler of evil. Incredible. Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of had to wing it, but we did. And that door... Yeah, that was right. For the third time, that's back where we started. Someday I'll figure these things out. Okay, so now that we can get down here, I think we'll talk to these two real quick. You lack wings, yet you defeated the ruler of evil. Hard to believe. Very impressive, very. Why don't you stay in love with us? Why can't I do both? Why not both? Your balloon and wagon are outside. You're leaving, aren't you? Take care. Okay. That's it for the castle. Oh, I have no control. It's doing its own cutscene thing. Yeah, I'm not steering at all. This is all part of the end sequence, I guess. Something similar, I think, happened in the DS version. Although I think it interjected credits, too? I could be wrong. It was a long time ago. Sweet jams. Okay, so we dropped off Elena, Christo, and Bray. And they're boarding up her wall again, even though she's a world hero, she's not allowed to have a hole in the wall. I guess it's a medley of all the different chapter music, I think, amongst other tunes. And I really like that. That's very cool. Oh. That scene got to me a little in the DS version, too. And like I said before, it's not that Talon's an evil guy, it's just the way the dialogue chooses to specifically reference him as an arms merchant I have a problem with. They could have just called him a merchant and it would have been fine. I think the scene's a little better done in the DS version, but that last scene always gets to me. Because there's like, I mean, either way, whether you choose to interpret the dialogue between the characters in that they were romantically involved, or whether they were just childhood best friends, the idea that through whatever weird mechanic of the Dragon Quest universe that your either your lover or your friend comes back from the dead, and you're together again. It just really gets to me. Studio Boo Boo. Thank you. Thank you for the GG. And I do like this effect where it's like product coordinator, assistants, assistant directors, they have that little sparkly thing under them. That's very fun. This has been an absolutely wonderful experience. This game is just as strong as its DS counterpart, there's no doubt about that. I mean, yeah, the DS version might have an extra feature here and there, and one or two things might be different, but, like, this is a strong entry into the series, certainly. Well, I think the first thing we're going to see, I don't think there is, but we're going to see if there's any sort of post-game content. I think it's just going to drop us off. We're probably back at the last refuge. It'll probably drop us off with all of our experience we got, but back at the same previous point of the story where we can go and punch Negrasaro in the face. There is one thing I would want to check and see whether or not it's in both versions. Okay, let's see if that is a soft lock. It might be. But yes, if there's absolutely nothing else to do in this game, the next stream will be Dragon Quest V for the Super Famicom, and then on to 6, as also on the Super Famicom, I believe. And then we're actually going to be doing Dragon Quest Monsters, Dragon Warrior Monsters, forgive me. I had that game as a kid, but I never actually finished it. I don't think I fully grasped the mechanics, and so it was very confusing and very frustrating to me as a child. But we'll be going to Dragon Quest Monsters after 6, which is after 5, and 5 is next. So let's see. No, I believe we are soft locked. My buttons are not doing anything, so let me go for a reset. Where's my mouse? Okay. Reset. Oop. Now, the last time we quote-unquote saved was in the last refuge. So that's where it, in theory, should drop us off. Oh. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. Okay, so we got dropped off somewhere, but I'm not... All our gauges are refilled, which is good. But I'm not 100% sure where we are. Oh, this is, Yeah, let's just stay at the end. It'll be easier than me trying to rack my brain for the name of the place. Because there's always a greeter. Sure. We are in... Branca. Oh, this is the castle that's just south of my hometown that was burned to the ground. Okay, so... For one thing, it looks like there were some chests I missed earlier. Albeit we've beaten the game, so I doubt anything behind these will be terribly consequential. Mystic Acorn, okay. If I had to choose, I would give it to Nara, so let's do that. I'm 20. Yeah, I should have been here a while ago. And a small medal, okay. So, I guess we'll go to the small Meadow King and see if he has anything for us. I don't think that's the easiest place to transport to, though, so we'll just take the balloon. So if we're here, then we sail east, or float east, and then north, I think? Kind of do a diagonal. If we hit the end of the continent, I'll know we've gone too far. Should be... there it is, I think. Yeah. Now, there is a slim chance that we actually have enough small medals, but I honestly doubt it. Do that to reset to morning. Oh, where did the cat go? Oh, little sweetie. Is it too warm under the blankie, baby? Yeah, baby. There you go. Hello. Hello. Warm under the blankie, baby? Girl. Alright, let's see how many we have. Because we have a few in our inventory, and I don't recall how many we had overall. 17. There are 3 more, at least. We used 8. There's a total of 32, so that brings us down to 24. If we have 17, that means there's still 7 floating around the world. I'm not honestly worried about it. We did just punch Satan in the face. The only other thing I think we could check is, going back to the Dire Palace and seeing whether or not there's any trouble still afoot down there. Which I think we'll do next. It could just be this is simply the end of the game and that's it. Dire Palace it is on. Okay. No reason to punch him, we won't punch him. But we are gonna see whether or not there's anyone up in the throne room. Because in the DS version at least, and probably in this version, if you recall, the one enemy we saw, which is the one that's in this castle in theory, he specifically bragged about setting things into motion and getting, Rose kidnapped. He claimed he took responsibility for it, and as he was dying, he took responsibility for it. So he was actually the antagonist behind all of these things. Necrosaro might have been an enemy, sure, but the one that actually was driving all the gears behind the scenes was the doofus that might be upstairs. So we're gonna see if he's upstairs in this version too. Nope. Well, how about that? Yeah, just a dude. Okay, that is something I will point out that you can do in the DS version, is you get to have your secondary revenge on the actual, mastermind behind the whole thing. The one boss that ordered the kidnapping of, Rosa. And in the DS version, you fight his simple form, and then he reveals that he's got a further version of the, What's-It of Evolution, and then you have to fight him, and he's even stronger, and I think he would be in that throne if I'm not remembering, incorrectly. So that might actually just be it. That might be it. That might be the end game right there. Sort of walking around and just picking fights with, you know, these poor little guys. I can't quite think if there's anything else, unless there's a bonus dungeon that I don't know about. I think what I'll do is we'll take a look at the guide where I had all my tables and see if that's actually the end game or there's some secret content hidden somewhere. Randomivice and Demigul, Endarug by 3, Giga Demon, Infernus Shadow, Necrosauro's Palace, Necrosauro first form, Necrosauro second form, Necrosauro third form, Necrosauro fourth form, Necrosauro fifth form, Necrosauro sixth form. Watch the scenes after the battle. When you have control, leave the Zenithian castle to complete the game. Congratulations and enjoy the ending. Okay, so there's absolutely no after-game content with this version, which is fine. They needed to add something to it to make it, you know, I guess worthy of purchase for the for the remake version, on top of having the upgraded graphics, etc. I'll tell you what we can do, because I think we still have, yeah, we're at like 2 hours and 3 minutes. We still got a little bit of time. It's almost 5, but we still got a little bit of time. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, we'll just do a hard save state right here, and then we'll exit. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And we'll listen to my wonderful dulcet tones while we see what we can do about getting... Which is this? That's live split. This is... that's SNES and NX. Let's see... what we can do about this. Might work, it might not. Let's see. Oh, wait. Ooh, I am getting a response. We just have to turn on the activity now. Let's see. Ooh. It looks off center. Or is that just me? Oh no, that looks centered, yeah. Well, that's weird. It jumps right to this? It didn't have like an intro or anything? Try a reset. Phoenix presents Armor Project, Bird Studio, Koichi Sugiyama, Unsoft, in Dragon Quest V. Okay, so I guess there isn't some sort of glitzy opening. Okay. As you can see, we are doing a fan translation for this because the Super Famicom version was not released in the United States. I believe the first time we saw this game in North America and in the PAL regions was as a re-release on the DS. So we're going to play this game until it breaks, because fan translations, although I'm told this one is complete, it might not be. I've also been told it's not. Select a name. What should we do? What is the canon name for the Dragon Quest V main character? Let's look that up. Dun, 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 dun. Do reset transform. Get my keyboard back over here. Actually, a little out of the way. Let's see if he has a canon name. The hero is the main character from Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. Like all protagonists, the player provides him with a name of his or her choosing, though many fans refer to him as Mada-san for distinction, being the name his father wanted to give him at birth in the opening scene. The default name for the hero in-game in Japanese is Abel. In the CD theater and audio drama, official novelizations, and Dragon Quest Your Story, the hero is named Ryuka. As much hate as the movie got, I think we could go with Ryuka. Or we could go with Abel, or we could go with Mada-san. Because there's Papas and Madas. I could flip a coin, but that's 3 choices. I could flip a cat. Hey, honey. Are you asleep? Are you asleep, baby? Yeah, she's sleeping. She's not gonna answer. So, Mada-san is traditional, Abel is appropriate, and Ryuka would be an homage to the to the movie. And I would argue the movie's incredible up until the last 15 minutes. And then it becomes good, but for a different reason. So... And I do like the sound of Ryuka. But then again, Mada-san would also be appropriate. Also, look at him, he's freaking gorgeous. I guess we could go with... Let's do, you know what, I'm gonna do Ryuka, because I don't recall him being called that in story. And Mada-san... Yeah, let's go with Ryuka. Just for kicks. So that's... Oh. There we go. Okay. Hey, Ryuka. Oh no, wait, no. In the CD theater, audio drama, official novelizations, and Dragon Quest Your Story. Okay, so it is referenced more than once that it's Ryuka. So we'll go with Ryuka, okay. Message speed, as fast as you can go. Stereo. And we can hold it right at that frame. Because if I don't hit A, nothing will happen. We're gonna hold it right at that very frame. And we're going to pause our emulation. We don't have a pause word across the screen this time around. And we're going to leave it there for now, because now it is time for Dragon Quest V, and that will be a separate stream. And we have now eclipsed 2 hours and 10 minutes, which isn't a solid hour mark that I usually like to do, to aim for a solid 2 or a solid 3. But it's also 5 a.m. where I am, and that's a good cutoff point for me as a human being. So I think we'll end it there. Thank you for coming by. Thanks for the wonderful conversations, as well as the and thank you to everyone for participating in this ongoing quest of me playing all the Dragon Quest. It's a wonderful time. And yeah, Dragon Quest V ready to go. If this does end up breaking or crashing or something like that, we'll try to switch to the DS version. I would prefer not to do that only because the DS version does chug very badly. My computer is not equipped to handle the 3D graphics of even just a simple Nintendo DS. It's a very old computer. So we're going to hope that this translation holds together as well as it does, and we can see it through to the end of the game. Because I do want to play this version, if I'm being honest. Yes, thank you, Luke, for stopping by. Very much appreciated. And we will see you tomorrow, probably the same time. Probably I'll start probably around, 2 a.m. has kind of been my recurring usual as of late. So unless something happens in between, but I think we'll aim for the same time tomorrow. But thank you for coming by, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful night. And, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.